and share my screen. All right, so the workout of the day. So today we're going to do 2 separate AMRAPs, as many rounds as possible. Both of them are 18 minutes long. Okay, you're going to get a 5-minute rest in between each 18-minute AMRAP. Okay. Now on circuit 1, at the halfway mark, so at the 9-minute mark, everybody's going to stop what they're doing and do 50 lying down leg raises. Okay. Then you pick up wherever you left off, and you'll finish the 18-minute AMRAP. We'll take a 5-minute rest, and then we knock out the next AMRAP. At the halfway mark, everybody stops what they're doing and does 50 sit-ups. Okay, so we're kind of breaking up the 18 minutes with a little bit of core work in between, just to kind of keep it creative, right? This is a lot of counting to tens today, right? So it can be repetitive, but AMRAP 1, the first one is going to be our lateral raises, so our shoulders and our biceps. And then the step ups and back lunges are just going to keep the heart rate elevated. And then on the second AMRAP, there's 1, maybe 2 new movements on there. Windmills, we're going to go over that in our warm up right now. And then we'll kind of go from there. So let's take a look at what the windmill looks like. I'm going to mute you guys, but if I need to come back in, I will. Okay. Okay, so place your feet a little bit wider than your hips, or maybe where your shoulders are. Everybody do this with me. Good, feet are underneath you. Now let's turn the toes to the left, just slightly. Good. Hand on the opposite hip. Right? Now pop that hip out and then show me the palm of this hand. Right? Now you're going to side bend and touch your inner ankle. Okay? We want a slight bend of the knees, and then you're going to bring the torso back up and push your hips underneath you. Good. Let's do 5 reps together. Hip, touch, and then bring that hip back underneath you. Good. Touch. 3 more. Touch. Good. Beautiful. Okay, now with this hand, it's going to go all the way overhead now. Okay, so pop the hip, side bend, reach for the ground. Now with this hand up here, reach for the ceiling on the way back up. And you finish with this arm directly overhead. Okay, so pop the hip out, reach in both directions as you tap. Good, let's do 3 more. Good. And we're gonna switch sides. So the toes now go to the opposite direction. Okay, hand on the opposite hip. Show me that palm, push the hip out and tap. We're gonna do about 5 of these with the hand on the hip. Good. You should feel a pull in the hamstring. Okay, now opposite hand overhead. Push that hip out. Reach in both directions as you tap. Good. And you're thinking tall here, right? So if somebody had, I don't know, a rope around your wrist, they would be pulling you up, right? So you're using your core to lift into that extension. So that's what we call a windmill. Okay, and if you have great range of motion with that, you can now add 1 dumbbell, maybe 2. I wouldn't try this with like the 35-pound kettlebell to start. I would try it with something a little bit lighter, but it would be in the hand that's overhead. So let's go ahead and grab the weights that you have, and we're gonna knock out 10 windmills on each side, okay? The eyes should be on the weight or hand that's overhead. That will help with your balance too, if you keep your eyes at the hand that's overhead. All right, and then you switch those toes, pop that hip. Remember all the steps that it takes to get into the windmill, because when you get into a workout, all of a sudden you forget which way the toes are going, which way I'm supposed to be bending. And then, looks good. So as you're standing up, it's important that you push your hip underneath you, right? So, whoa. As I'm standing up, right, this hip comes back underneath me to a standing position, then it pops back out, tap, 1, right? So make sure you're extending. We want a hip extension. Yes, at the top, beautiful. All right, you guys look awesome. Let's look at our knees to feet real quick. So first thing we're gonna do is put our hands behind our head, like so, good. And then you're gonna take a back lunge, opposite foot follows, and then right foot up, left foot up, stand, right? And then opposite foot back, back, up, up, stand, back, back, up, good. Okay, you can also do this holding weights, okay? You wouldn't hold the weights overhead, of course. You would front rack them, down, down, up, down, down, up. So know that that's an option today, weighted or not weighted. Another option here is jumping, which I find pretty fun, but it's also very challenging. So you jump from your knees to your feet. I would have to kind of double up my mat for my knees. You jump like a broad jump, and then I land on my heel. Stand, reset. Okay, we're gonna be in here for 18 minutes, so I find it fun to practice skills in the middle of like high intensity, right? So don't always resort just back to challenge yourself. Cool. All right, I think we're ready to get going. So you should have a playlist on your side of the screen today for music. If you don't, I'm gonna have you grab that now. I sent a playlist this morning. You can listen to your own playlist, whatever works for you, but we're gonna start in 30 seconds. We're starting with 10 lateral raises, 10 step-ups, 10 bicep curls, 10 back lunges. At the halfway mark, we're going for 50 leg raises. Okay, 10 seconds. 2, 1. All right, 18 minutes on the clock. We are all in this together. I'll keep track of the halfway mark. Love it. Good, it's always 10 reps, right? So if it's the step-ups or the lunges, it's 10 total, not 10 on each side. Good job, y'all. On the lateral raises and the bicep curls, we want to be grounded, right? So everything from your feet grabbing the floor, flex your quads, right? Everything's engaged from the bottom up, and then we move. Okay, we got 1 minute until we all stop what we're doing and do 50 leg raises, okay, at the 9-minute mark. $15 seconds. In 10, 9, 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, 50 lying down leg raises.
Halfway there.
Whew. Yep, keep moving. You guys look great. have 6 minutes and 30 seconds left to continue this cycle.
Megan, can you put the screen back on?
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, your last 4 minutes. Then you get a 5-minute rest, right? Oh, yeah.
1 minute.
1 minute left, y'all. $40 seconds. $20 seconds. 10, 9, 3, 2, 1.
Well done.
Okay, your 5-minute rest starts now. Woo! Good job, everyone. Okay, we're gonna take a minute or two just to catch our breath, grab some water. That intensity was good. That intensity wasn't too high. Okay, but this next AMRAP, the intensity gets picked up just a little bit. Awesome. Seat. Yep, perfect timing. Whew, good job, good job. Okay, so we have 10 windmills. If you have a heavier weight, like a 35 kettlebell or above, you're gonna do 5 on each side with the windmill. Okay, so, and again, the weight is in the arm above head. So you'll go 5 right, 5 left. Broad jumps. I like to use the distance of my yoga mat, right? So you line your toes up on one end of the mat, broad jump to the other side, turn around and broad jump back for 10 reps. Side plank crunches. I don't know, what do you guys think? Should we do 10, probably 10 on each side, right? 10 on each side for sure. Okay. And then knees to feet. Cool. 10 total. 10 total on those. At the halfway mark, we all stop what we're doing and do 50 sit-ups together. Okay. I'm gonna give us maybe 40 more seconds. I think we're all ready to go. Okay, I'm gonna leave the screen up for a little bit, halfway mark. I'll kind of switch it around a little bit. All right, here we go, guys. Starting in 10 seconds. I'm gonna watch your first set of windmills. Mitch, I want you to try popping that hip out. It's like a hip pop, right? So you push your hip in one direction. That will allow more of a side bend when you shift your hips to the side. Yeah, that looks better. I know, it's a mobility movement for sure. All right. And then the arm overhead is active, right? You're reaching towards the sky. Don't lose that overhead stability, right? So shoulder stability overhead hip mobility down low, and rotational core. So a lot going on in these windmills. One of my all-time favorite core movements. Yep. Madeline, you can try to put a slight bend in both your knees, just a slight bend. Yep, beautiful. All right, here we go. Okay, getting close. At the 9-minute mark, we all do 50 sit-ups together. Ten seconds. In 5, 4, you'll hear it, we do 50 sit-ups. Here we go. Here we go, guys. Keep moving. That's 25. Here we go. Yep, starting to feel them. Whew. 10 more. 5. All right, good job, y'all. We are ripping up the core today. All right, leg raises, sit-ups, windmills, side plank crunches. Okay. Okay, we have windmills, broad jumps, side plank crunch, knees to feet. 6.5 minutes. Here we go. Where was I? Side plank crunch. No, knees to feet. Those windmills are tough. Four minutes left. Oh. Oh, Mom, I'm so sorry. I hit her. It's okay, Lou. Come on. I'm sorry. I didn't teach you. I can teach you. Okay, come on. Woo. Woo. 2 minutes. 2-minute warning. Here we go. Okay, go on.
1 minute.
1 minute, y'all. Oh boy. Thirty seconds. Woo! 10, 9, 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Good freaking job. Wow. Good work, everyone.